Hey, you guys. Hey, everyone. Welcome back to my channel. Or if you're new here, welcome to the channel. On this channel, we talk about all things reality TV news. We also talk about trending topics. So we talk about Sister Wives, the Duggars here and there when they pop up. We talk about 90 Day Fiance, Jersey Shore. Right now, we're really doing the Sister Wives weekly recaps. I will have that later this afternoon. We also cover kind of everything going on with the teen moms as well. And here lately, we've been keeping up with a very important situation regarding former Teen Mom 2. I'm not going to say star because that's putting too much, too much on her, but former Teen Mom 2, Jenelle EASON, her son, Jace. Also, I want to be clear in why I do cover this. We have watched Jace, grow up on television. And even after they left Teen Mom, Jenelle, continued to kind of update us on what was going on in Jace's life, despite the fact that he doesn't really know us and we don't really know him. Also, we all kind of feel like we do know him. So when something happens, I feel like, if media outlets are putting it out there, then I should be able to kind of relay that to you guys. I'm not digging. I'm not the one out there, digging the information up, bringing it out there. It's already out there in a lot of ways that, you would have to, go to the Ashley or go to TMZ. I just bring it to YouTube. At times I do have sources that do tell me things. But either way, this is an important one because I think Jace Evans, we've seen him grow up, like I said, on the show. And he has dealt with a lot. He has went through a lot. He recently transitioned from living with his Maymay, Barbara, to living with his, biological mother, Jenelle EASON. And the only reason that he moved in with his biological mother, Jenelle, is because Barbara was, 70 years old. She's been raising kids, the majority of her life. And Jace does struggle with some situations to where it was very difficult on Barbara to take care of Jace. So as she was getting older, Jenelle seemed like she was, stable. It had been a while since anything had really happened at the land, no 911 calls. So Barbara thought that she could give Jace to Jenelle. Jenelle has fought Barbara several times to try to get custody of Jace back. Jenelle has hired attorneys and taken Barbara to court over the course, of the past few years to try to get custody back of Jace, and a judge has never agreed to that. A judge has always said he's going to remain where he is with his grandmother. That is the best place for him. Is the only reason Jenelle got custody back of Jace was because Barbara decided, I think it'll be okay. I'm going to give you a chance. I think you're doing okay. So yes, and I'm just getting too old to, take care of him. So I thought she got him back in March. She said it was April. So okay. Either way, she's only had Jace back a couple of months, and Jace has ran away 3 times. He has ran away 3 times. So the first time that we know about is he was at school and something happened at school. We really don't know what happened at school. There's a lot of theories about what took place at school. He goes to a charter school, but he was expelled from the school. And the school called David and Jenelle, notified them, and said, we need somebody to come pick him up. And Jenelle said, I will send my husband David to come pick him up. And Jace booked it from the school. He took off. The school called the police. Jenelle called the police. And there was like a search for him, like a legit search, ATVs, looking for Jace. He was found and he was obviously brought back home where they took his cell phone. About 2 weeks later, he ran away again, to which again the police were, they were contacted. He was found again. Well, then the other day, you guys, it was Thursday night around 8 p.m. Jenelle called the police saying, see, that's what I thought it was. Thank you so much for telling me that. It was March. She said it was April. So I'm like, maybe she don't know when she got her kid back. But yeah, it was March. So anyways, yeah. I don't know what that is. So, third time, trigger warning also, you guys, third time he runs away. And Jenelle notices that he has ran away around 8 p.m. Thursday night. However, sources that saw him walking alongside of the road say that they saw him at 6 p.m., 7 p.m. So he clearly took off sometime before that. And either Jenelle just did not notice until 8, or something happened and she stalled on calling the police because she didn't know how to handle it. And with the news that I'm reading now, it makes me believe that she stalled in calling the police because of what we are hearing that potentially happened. So, no, JC, this is not the first time that I've heard of allegations about this. Kaiser has told Nathan before. Kaiser has told Nathan and his grandmother Doris that David has, hit him. David turned into like, oh, we were just play wrestling. So take what you want from that. Okay. So I will say that Barbara had him on medication as well as seeing a behavioral therapist once a week. Also, from my understanding, is yes, there were times that Jace did run away, but he would run places to like his Uncle Colin's house, who lived like around the block. And Jace never ran away from Barbara's to the point that she had to call the cops because she could not find him or he did not return. He would get mad, go off, blow some steam, and he always returned. So been seeing a lot of people say like, "What he ran away when he lived with Barbara too. He ran away when he lived with Barbara too." I forgot to text you and let you know I was going live. My bad. He ran away when he lived with Barbara too. Well, Barbara did have him on his medication. She had him in school. To our knowledge, he was not getting expelled. He was not being suspended, and she had him seeing a behavioral therapist. And also, to my knowledge, from what I'm hearing through multiple sources, is that when he left, he literally would go like to a friend's house and return after he had time to calm down. It was never to the point to where she had to call the police. Now, from what we have heard, is after he ran away the first time, TMZ contacted Barbara, and Barbara said, yes, I spoke to him, like Tuesday night. He seemed fine. However, he did tell me that David and Jenelle took him off his medication, as well as he has not seen his behavioral therapist. So, whatever medication he could have potentially been on. I know Barbara stated like some time back that he was on Vyvanse for like the ADHD. Either way, I don't know if he's on anything else for anything else. Either way, taking a child off their medication just for whatever reason after they've been on it for several years. I don't know the effects that could have on him. I'm not a doctor. I'm not going to pretend to know why. Jenelle did take his phone after he ran away the first time. Now, I want to get into what we're about to talk about. And then I can confirm that. Okay, is CPS investigating this? Yes. I don't think he's in CPS custody. Okay. I don't think he's in CPS custody. So, all right. He's not at the land. Hold on, guys. I don't know how to cut that off. Do you guys hear that? Hold on. Okay, sorry. He's not at the land. CPS is sorry, I do have the scanner playing. Sorry. I've talked to sources that say CPS is involved, but he's not particularly in their custody. It's not like he's in a foster care or state's custody or nothing like that. And that's really all I can say. So let's get into what the Ashley is saying. Okay. All right, hold on. Before I get into that. Okay, so he ran away Thursday evening. It was reported. She called the police at 8 p.m. Thursday night. People reported that they saw him walking alongside of the road, 6 p.m., 7 p.m. Someone said they saw him Saturday coming to their gas station alone. Everybody that said they saw Jace, he was walking alone. He came into the gas station alone. He never was with a group of guys. He never was with his girlfriend. So if he's walking alongside of the road, possibly towards Barbara's house, and I don't know that's where he was, but just say if he was trying to make his way to Barbara's house or wherever he was trying to make his way to, nobody saw him with anyone. He was walking by himself. He went into the gas station by himself. So I don't necessarily believe that he snuck out to hang out with, the bad group of friends that he allegedly just met or the girlfriend. Either way, either way, um, Friday night, it was not reported that he had been found. We found out Saturday that he had been found and that he was okay and that he was seen in a hospital and that Barbara was seen at the hospital as well. And somebody said, I was at the ER last night. Jace was there, Barbara was there, and Jace was alleging that David assaulted him. Now, this was just coming from somebody that said they saw him in the ER. We didn't know that for sure. Then, however, the Ashley put, yes, he was in the hospital. Yes, Barbara was there, which made things kind of align with what this person was saying. I mean, this person says, I was at the hospital, I saw him. And then the Ashley, who is somebody that I personally know has really good sources when it comes to the Teen Mom cast and X cast. So when she posted that, I'm like, hold up. So he was at the hospital. The details are not out yet to what David allegedly has done. So until we see a police report, a mugshot, we can't confirm anything yet. But I will tell you guys what the Ashley is saying. Okay, let's get into it. Does it sound like it's lining up to be accurate? It does, because the Ashley posted he was in fact in the hospital when this lady said, I saw him, he came in the hospital, and he said that David assaulted him. All right, so exclusive, Jenelle Evans' son, Jace, reportedly stated that he ran away after being assaulted by Jenelle's husband, David EASON. Okay. Jenelle Evans' son, Jace, is no longer a missing person, but his alleged reason for running away from Jenelle's home on the land is incredibly disturbing. As Lee Ashley told us, Jace went missing, this past Thursday. He was found Friday, taken to the hospital. The Ashley can now reveal why Jace was taken to the hospital. According to a police incident report exclusively obtained by the Ashley, the Columbus County Police were dispatched to the home of Barbara Evans, Jenelle's mom, and the woman who raised him until he went to live with Jenelle in March. See, thought it was March. Jenelle don't even know when she got him. It appears that Jenelle made a 911 call around 11:30 p.m. on Thursday while Jace was missing. In the call, Jenelle stated that she believed that Barbara was hiding Jace. Okay, so this is what we know. She calls 911 to say Jace is missing, and then a couple of hours later says, go check Barbara's house. I bet Barbara got him. Police were dispatched to Barbara's home, where it was determined that Jace was not there. However, Barbara then revealed to police the alleged reason that Jace ran away this time. So as you guys know, this is the third incident in 2 months that Jace has ran away. Okay, so Barbara revealed to the cops that Jace told her that Jenelle's husband, David, allegedly assaulted him. So the police report states that Jace made contact with Barbara. Hold on. The police report states that the police made contact with Barbara, who advised Jace was not at the residence. Okay, so the police went out to Barbara's house when Jenelle said, I think he's at my mom's. They go, he's not there. She told the police that she spoke to Jace earlier in the evening when he called from an unknown number and told her about being assaulted by David and that he ran away and was hiding. Can you imagine? Can you freaking imagine being 14 years old and you are running away and you are hiding? And let's read the next part because it's even worse. The next part is even sadder. Barbara stated that Jace asked her to pick him up, but she had to refuse due to ongoing legal custody issues. Basically, let me tell you guys something. Basically, Jace went to the person that he always goes to, Miss Barbara. And he said, May, come get me. I had to run away. David assaulted me. And she is left with the, if I go get you, I get arrested for kidnapping. I would have to imagine Barbara probably put some calls in, told Jace, stay put. I'll send someone to you. Don't go back home. Like, I'm sure Barbara said, like, listen, I can't come get you, but let me. And this is accused. This is just me theorizing because I can't imagine Barbara saying, sorry, figure it out, click. But I don't want to make claims against Barbara that could get her in trouble. But I'm just saying, I would have to imagine, everybody already knows that Jace is missing. This is okay. So this is, I guess Thursday night that he calls her and says, "May come get me," and she's like, "I can't." If I do, the police they're gonna arrest me. Jace, just where are you at? Where are you at? Stay put. Stay put. Um, Janie, I'm gonna go on a limb here to say that I bet Barbara probably contacted somebody, maybe CPS. That's just me theorizing, possibly that I would assume. What we do know though is Barbara did end up with Jace, and she did take him to the hospital. Um, okay, let's see. Barbara told the police that she would call them if she heard from Jace again. He was found on Friday and taken to the hospital. Barbara was spotted at the North Carolina hospital on Saturday. Jenelle has stated on social media that Jace ran away due to girlfriend issues and claimed it had nothing to do with myself or David's parenting. Now, can we imagine if this is true? If this is true, that he ran away and was hiding because he was assaulted by his mother's boyfriend, I'm not even going to go so far as to say that David is his stepfather. David hasn't earned the title to be called Jace's stepfather. Jace has lived with Barbara all these years and visited his mom, at visitation. But I don't think Jace has been around David enough to form a bond to be known as Jace's stepdad, right? So, can you imagine your mother on the internet saying, no, my son ran away and it had nothing to do with me or my husband? Meanwhile, your husband assaulted him and you know that he did, but instead you're blaming the girlfriend. Let's just say it comes out. Let's just say it comes out that there's pictures of marks on Jace somewhere. Let's just say. And then what? And then what? If the police so much as have evidence that this really happened and Jenelle is aware of this, which I'm going to go out on a limb here and say people saw Deja, I can say, okay, I do have sources, and I will say that CPS, they are investigating this, clearly. But he's not technically like in CPS custody. He's not in foster care. He's not in state's custody. Like, I don't know where they're getting that he's like in CPS custody. That would make me think that he's like in the custody of the state, like foster care. And here's the thing: if anything, more than likely that they would do like an emergency order to put him with Barbara or to maybe, you know, put him somewhere. I don't think he's going to be. Yeah, he's not a ward of the state, and I can vouch for that. Yeah, so CPS is involved, but he is not like technically in their custody. And I've spoken to several people that have verified that for me. Yes, Kara, exactly. Yeah, but Barbara didn't let the kids go into state's custody back in 2019 when they said, you need to get Inslee. She said okay, so I doubt she's going to let it happen this time. Fought for 13 years and couldn't make it 6 months exactly. No arrest yet. Keeping my eyes peeled for that mugshot. Do you think J and D will run? I'm sure they are aware. So Yes. Okay, I'm gonna finish this and then I'm gonna tell you guys why I think all reports on the situation possibly should have like held off. Okay. Um, Multiple agencies are now involved in the situation, which CPS, the police department, please note the Ashley is not confirming at this time that David assaulted Jace. She is confirming that the police were informed that Jace said that. The Ashley will continue to update, stay tuned. Okay. Okay. So I have always like doing what I do. Obviously, I always have a lot of respect for, those anonymous accounts that drop us little hints ahead of time. But in some cases, I think we need to hold off. And when I first saw like Rue like saying, "Oh, but hide your kids, hide your weed, the police are coming." At first, I was like, "Yes, the police are coming." But then I was like, "Oh God, we may be warning David and Jenelle. Like, what if they leave? Maybe that's why an arrest hasn't happened. Maybe David and Janelle's no longer on the property because they have booked it to an Airbnb, knowing what could potentially be coming. Like, we don't know. We don't know why there's not been an arrest. We don't know if they've left. Yeah, it was like hide your wife, hide your weed, or something like that. Um, Oh, that would be crazy if they did. And I don't want to sound like I'm like coming for anybody. Like, I get it. Like, I think though, I don't know. I just don't want them to run or be prepared. Um, and all weekend I've been waiting. All weekend I've been waiting because I've talked to people that have been saying things, and I've been thinking like an arrest has to come from this. Like, an arrest has to come from this. It has to, especially if there was some sort of evidence on Jace, if there was any sort of marks, they would have to arrest them. So all weekend I've been looking for. That's why I had the scanner a while ago. You guys, I'm listening to the scanner, waiting for an arrest. You know. However, I think all this coming out so far, like so much, kind of makes me a little nervous that they may run. Thank you, Leisha. Yeah, I've had a couple people comment on like my channel saying like I shouldn't talk about this, that I'm monetizing off this kid's pain. And here's the thing: this is my job. This is my time. I have 6 children and a husband. I have a daughter that we homeschool. That if yes, I love doing this. I love having a channel, but I put a lot of time and effort and research into it, and my time is not free. To be quite honest, I make pennies on the hour. You know what I'm saying? So it's not like I'm getting rich off of this. And I am bringing an awareness to what's happening. And in my opinion, I feel like Jace was crying out for help to begin with. And I had 2 emails today, and I did not get a chance to respond to them, but I did see them. So to the 2 people that suggested this, I appreciate it. But I did have 2 people reach out to me saying, they've been watching my content covering Jace, and they are wondering, they feel like he may, not be feeling too loved at this moment, and maybe that is why he's running away. And they're like, maybe it would be a good idea if we sent postcards. If we could get an address, not postcards but cards. If we could send a card to Jace through somebody to get it to him. And I do have a way that I could potentially get cards to him. First, I do want to double check to make sure that that would be okay. I do want to talk to, um, you know, the person that I would try to get them to Jace through. Um, so I would need to verify, but I do think, after everything that Jace has been through, that would probably make him feel loved if he did receive cards from all over the world telling him, like, you're strong, you got this. So I'm not here to like exploit Jace's mental uh you know struggles, or I'm actually here to bring awareness to it because this he has obviously been calling out for help since August. That's when he first ran away. Early August was when he first ran away. And what did Jenelle say? Oh, just regular teenage stuff. Oh, not a big deal. Regular teenage stuff. Well, clearly it's not. He got expelled from school. He ran away. It's clearly not just teenage stuff, Jenelle, but you acting like it is makes me feel like you're not attending to it the way that you need to. Thank you, Lisa. Yeah. Thank you, Jan. Thank you. I don't know why people criticize abusers, depend on people ignoring red flags. It's yeah. So here's what we know so far. And thank you, Isabel. Yeah, Jace needs to know that he is loved because his mama sure as heck ain't letting him know. And if this is true, if she thank you, Colby, if David did this, so we know that Jace took off walking before the 8 p.m. 911 phone call. We're pretty well, like we can kind of say that, right? Because several people said they walked, and they named where they saw him walking. I saw him walking off the side of Highway 87. I saw him walking off the side of Highway Love something, whatever. So they said, here's where I saw him. Never was he with anybody. And it was early, it was an hour and two before Jenelle even called 911, which makes me believe that she, if she saw what happened, if she saw this attack take place, then they didn't know what to do. Wait around, see if he comes back. If we call the cops, like how are we going to handle this? Because if David did something, I'm sure maybe that's why they enlisted the help of like a local rescue team, a local like search team, rather than like going to the police and just the police. I don't know. Like maybe they were hoping maybe we can hire this man to find Jace, and this man will find Jace before the police do, and we can bring him back home. And with what happened back in 2019 with CPS taking the kids the way that they did, and the police showing up at their house with a search warrant, and David and Jenelle being out of town, and them basically saying, we're going in regardless. David, you got like 45 minutes to get here. Even if you're not here, we're going in your house. And the way everything played out, I'm willing to bet, well, and I've heard this, that Jenelle does not cooperate with CPS any longer. Like they have tried to go to Janelle's house to talk to the kids, and Jenelle will not let them in the gate, will not let them talk to the kids. And technically, I don't think she has to unless they have a warrant for it to happen, I think. So I'm just saying that if this is true, that could be why Jenelle did not immediately call the police. Got worried, called the police around 8 o'clock saying, hey, my son's missing again. And then they enlisted this search team that's local to their area to find him, hoping that guy would find Jace first so they can bring him back and then tell the cops, we found him, it's all good. I mean, I don't know. The fact that she didn't call the police immediately kind of sparks like a red flag for me. Also, when he was found, like we don't see them raising a big fit. We don't see them saying like, where is my son? Which tells me that they know they did something wrong. This is just my opinion, okay? This is just my opinion. We know Jace is not at that house. We know that. Jenelle basically told off on herself because when she said, yes, he's been found and he is safe, she never said he's home, which was kind of telling, because if your son runs off and he's missing for, what people think is over 24 hours, and then he's found and he's at your house, you will say, yes, my son has been found. He is at home. He is safe. Jenelle also wasn't at the hospital. So the fact that and now all of these allegations are coming out, never has, David got online and said, I did not assault him. I done, yes, Jenelle has said, oh, it's not over me and David. It's not over me and David. It's over a girl. But I would get on there quick and say, I know my son has been found, but I don't know where he is. Nobody will tell me. I got custody of my son. Somebody better tell me where he is. Somebody better tell me where my son is. I mean, she's got a platform that she could throw a big old fit, and bring a lot of awareness to the fact that her son ran away and he's been found and he was in the hospital. And here's the thing. if this was only over a girl and this was only Jace being a rebellious teenager and he ran away and news reports are saying that he's with Barbara, don't you guys think Jenelle would be acting a fool over this? My mom got Jace and she won't give him back. I got custody of him. She signed the paperwork. But it's radio silence. Radio silence. Jace is not at that land. It's being reported that Barbara was at the hospital with him. But Jenelle has said nothing about the fact that she doesn't have her son and that Barbara is holding her son, or that Barbara was at some point with her son when he was at the hospital and she was not notified. I think we know Jenelle well enough to know that she would be acting a fool and be yelling, yelling about this on social media, that her son has been taken from her and she's not being told where he is. But maybe the reason she can't do that, maybe the reason she can't get on social media and say, oh, he's been taken from me and they won't tell me where he is because she knows why they're not telling her where he is. She knows what's happened. All of a sudden, she's silent. All of a sudden, I'm not going to talk about my son's life. I want privacy for my son. All of a sudden. So, if this information is incorrect, I'm going to be shocked. But I'm going to go out on a limb here to say that I personally, it's just my personal opinion, that everything that I'm seeing and the way that Jenelle has been behaving, it makes me feel like it's accurate. Also, David did like a little TikTok where he basically was like, let me see. Or he posted a post basically threatening anybody that comes on his property to listen to his song, because that's what would happen. And his song is literally saying, if you come on my property, I will bang bang you. Like, don't make me, maybe Mona, but I can tell you whenever she took her mom to court for like the restraining order, she did not hire an attorney. And that was something that she really wanted, which makes me wonder, what finances are looking like for her. The fact that she would not hire an attorney when clearly it did not look like she was going to be getting that restraining order. She wanted an emergency restraining order the day that she tried to take it out. And the judge said, no, come back in a week, bring me some evidence. And she came back a week later, no attorney. And Barbara's team asked for a continuance. Barbara had an attorney each time they went. If I'm asking for a restraining order and the judge, continues it, denies an emergency restraining order, and the person that I'm trying to get a restraining order on shows up with an attorney, then I might be like, well, let me get an attorney. Maybe I need an attorney. She got an attorney to fight this. I'm the one. That is true, Della. So Jace ran away Thursday. He made contact with Barbara, allegedly, asked Barbara to come get him. And Barbara said, I can't, Jace. Your mom will have me arrested. Legally, I can't. And Jace said, I ran away because David assaulted me. And I would imagine she probably said, stay put, let me contact CPS, let me, it was an unknown number. She was not aware of where he called from. He gets off the phone with her. And after that, all we know is that the police went to Barbara's house to see if he was there because Jenelle called the police and said, I bet he's at my mom's house. And that tells me a lot, too, that your son's run away 3 times. And the last time, when he's been gone for like almost 24 hours, you're like, go check my mom's house. I think that tells you there that Jenelle knows where Jace rather be. Jenelle herself knows where Jace will more than likely go. So Jace was found, or he reached out somewhere, and he was taken to the hospital where Barbara was said to be there with him, and he said that David assaulted him. I can confirm that while CPS is investigating this, and CPS, they know about this, I can also confirm that he's not like in state's custody. Like, he's not in foster care. He's not Um, they're investigating this, but he's not in their like custody. Um, yeah, I'm wondering if the restraining order was to keep Jace from talking to Barbara and telling Barbara what was happening over there. That's what I'm really wondering. Jenelle isn't the one to be quiet, so there is fear in her right now. She knows they wronged Jace and they will finally pay the price. That's the way that I feel as well. And that's just, yeah, my theory also. Jenelle looked pretty anxious and shaken in that video she posted. He was found about not, yes, she did. She really did. And she was not wearing her wedding ring either. In my opinion, Barbara filed for emergency temporary custody and he is safe with Barbara. And here's the thing, if he had any evidence that he was assaulted, say he had some sort of mark somewhere, they could have possibly, granted emergency custody to someone without Jenelle even being aware of that. If it's there was proof that he was assaulted by his mother's husband, and he said, "My mom seen it," then I'm willing to bet the state could have given Barbara custody back like that without Jenelle even knowing. That's what they did back in 2019. Doris had emergency custody like that, and Jenelle didn't even know. Kinship care, yeah. Wonder if Jace is back with Barbara. If he did assault Jace and she knew, not only would she get child endorsement or not protecting Jace, but he can charge her with 3 more counts with the other children being in danger as well. Those rings have been off and on more than a stripper's underwear. I know that's right, B. Every other week. Absolutely, Kitty. Absolutely. So this is very sad. Let's see what people are saying about this. It's only a matter of time. I believe it. Of course, he ran away because of him. He's scared of him and doesn't like him. I'd run away too. I'm so angriest, the angriest I've been since Nugget, to be honest. I'm also frustrated and hate them both, but I'm raging internally right now. He blocked me on IG the other day after I DM'd him. I just DM'd him from a spam account. Bye. Pick on someone your own size, you POS human. Come off the land, get away from the keyboard, and man the F up. Let go MFer. Let's go MFer. And I don't say this lightly, but I wonder. No, I don't think Andrew signed his rights away because he was set up through the state for child support. So I don't think he did. Yes, I just watched that. I have been watching that whole situation recently. I wish this would all come out already. It has to come out soon. I mean, if the police took a report from a 14-year-old who's ran away 3 times and said, well, the reason I ran away is because my stepdad. Okay. He's not in CPS custody, you guys. Okay, moderators, when people come in saying that he's in CPS custody, can you guys just, because I know a lot of you guys are coming from Grace Report, and I like Grace, but I do have inside information, and I can tell you he's not, CPS is investigating, but he's not in their care. They're working the situation, if that makes sense. So, Rue just stated, remember, all of this happened in front of Jenelle. And she still walked away defending David. So the Ashley Realities Roundup got a hold to a police report. The police report states that Jace reached out to Barbara the night that he ran away and said, "Maybe come get me. David assaulted me." And she said, "Jace, I can't come get you. They'll have me arrested." where are you? And he ended up like hanging up, and he ended up making his way somehow to the hospital. Barbara was there as well, and he told the hospital staff that David assaulted him. And there is a police report where he told the police that David assaulted him. Now, Rue, which is an account online, and always, you guys, I don't know. Um, Rue is saying that it happened in front of Jenelle. And I do want to say, if this is true, the fact that she is claiming it had nothing to do with David, but instead is Jace being a rebellious teenager and a just running away for his girlfriend. How sick is that? That's sicker. That is more sick than her pulling the gun out in the road rage incident. And when Jace told Barbara, her looking at Jace saying, "That's not true. Why did you lie?" I mean, that's sick. That's sick. I just can't wait to see how they're going to spin this. Janelle's done stuck her foot in her mouth because she's denied that it had anything to do with Jace. So if it comes out that there's evidence that this happened, and she says, "Well, Jace was popping off to David, and Jace jumped on David, and David was just restraining him." Sorry, but in all the posts that you made online, you said that it had nothing to do with David. So what do you mean? You said he was being rebellious. You said he had a girlfriend. So why now are you saying that Jace attacked David? I feel like they're going to somehow try to make Jace even more so the culprit. You know what I'm saying? He will be culpable somehow, and not David. I do not care how scared she possibly is of David. She gets no more passes, no more empathy. Exactly. Yes, Marissa does live with them, and that's another thing, is if CPS can get a warrant to speak to those kids, or if they can remove the kids, they're going to ask Marissa what happened. They're going to ask all of them. And if any of them say, "I saw it," like, I mean, come on. And there's cameras so much everywhere, you guys. They got cameras out on the property. If they were at their house, Janelle's got Ring cameras. They may be able to pull the camera footage, like if it happens somewhere else. Like, if this, can you imagine if this was caught on camera? Yeah, the police report was just received today by a media outlet. Yeah, that would be the end of David if this is all on camera. And there's just cameras so many places these days. You never know if it is or not. And y'all, I'm telling you, I have been refreshing all weekend, just waiting for an arrest to happen. And I don't understand why it hasn't happened yet. If this was reported Friday night, why has David Eason not been arrested? Um, and I know that they have to take stuff, they have to take certain steps, they have to take precaution. The 2019 incident was a freaking disaster. There were things, unfortunately, that CPS did not follow certain protocol, which, because I've been looking back into the 2019 incident, I've been looking into it a lot, reading a lot of reports. I watched Janelle's account on what took place. She did a whole little docu-series of her account, and I've been reading a lot of reports and everything, and it definitely seems that CPS, kinda dropped the ball by, not following protocol when they took the kids the last time. So, I think they're just being super cautious. They took the kids back in 2019, and a judge gave them right back to Janelle. Yes, I do remember that. And, that could be true, Pauline. You guys read Pauline's, comment. Maybe they're waiting for, that to happen. I think I have also, heard that people in that county know David. They consider him dangerous. So if the police, well, here's what I can say. I'm not going to repeat your name. I've only read the reports that are out there and what I know to be certain from a source. And I have some pretty good sources, and I can't even say everything that I know from a source because I have to be careful with how, what I say and how I say things. But the Ashley's police report says that the Ashley Reality Roundup has the police report, and Jenelle told Jace told the police that the reason he ran away was because David assaulted him. That's not me saying that. That's not me pulling that out of my butt. That is a police report. Now, whether or not you want to believe that Jace was telling a fib or not, that's your prerogative. But I think everything points to it. I think everything points to that's why he ran away, and that's why Janelle is not screaming, "Give me my kid! Give me my kid! Give me my kid!" Because he's not at the land. We know that. I can tell you that for certain. He's not at the land. He has not been at that property since Thursday. Yeah, they are free and rightfully so. Yeah. Um, I can confirm that he is not like in CPS custody. CPS is working the case. Lacey, let's see. I just checked my email and I got one from somebody else, but I'm not seeing yours. Lacey, when did you message me? Oh, there it is. Oh, okay, okay. I actually spoke about that earlier about yes, about sending pictures and cards. I think that's a great idea. You were not the only one, Lacey, you were not the only one that messaged me that saying like I think, if you have a source that can get like cards to Jace, and I do, I'll just have to ask them if that, how they, they have a gate at the end of their property. They have a gate. And news came out like Friday. Was it Friday? Or early Saturday, you know, people saying like the police were, going to be going, the police were coming for David and Janelle. And David saw that because he retweeted it. So they may not even be on the property anymore. They may be gone. We don't know. Maybe that's why the police haven't arrested him. Maybe the police can't find them. Thank you, Brandy. But yeah, you guys, I will ask the person the person that I talked to, if there's like a P.O Box that we can send cards to. Um, no, Mike dropping mom. I didn't read your comment. Sorry. I think, and she may be afraid to leave David, thinking that he might try to take Inslee, but I think she could probably take him to court and win. She just have to show proof that he's like, first off, she's got a little bit of proof to show that he is not allowed to see his son Caden. To my knowledge, I just went back and read your comment, Mike dropping mom. To my knowledge, his girlfriend wasn't breaking up with him. I don't really know where that came from, but I haven't heard anything about his girlfriend was really breaking up with him. Yes, I did see that, Judy. So, in my opinion, what do I think will happen next? Um, okay, so I think probably Janelle has already lost custody of Jace. That is just my opinion. I mean, if Jace has any type of marks on him, I think custody would have been removed like that. I have been told that while CPS is investigating, he is not like in the custody of CPS. He is not like, can CPS place him somewhere? Yes. Could you say that then he's in custody of CPS? I don't think, because it's kind of confusing, because like CPS is working this. I know that, but he is not like technically in their care. Even if he was sent somewhere else to another hospital, we don't know the degree of the injuries that he may have. Say he was possibly sent to another hospital. I think he's probably CPS may be overseeing it, but I think she's already lost custody. I think Janelle has already lost custody and it has probably been assigned to someone else. I don't think it's the state. Um, I think CPS is probably overseeing how things are going with him, or where he is going, or how things are happening. Wouldn't Barb have to fight them in court to be back? No, not after this. I don't think so at all. I think a judge would automatically, if Jace showed any type of evidence that he was assaulted, I think a judge would immediately place Jace back in Barbara's custody, um, as long as Barbara said that it was okay, and I bet she would. Even if it was just for a short period until they can figure things out, to keep him from going back. I I can say with almost certainty that Barbara, if she thought Jace was being abused, or if she saw any evidence that he was, she would not send Jace back to that land, to the land. Even if she didn't know how she was going to tend to him, I feel like she would take him in, at least for now. Yeah, the live with Inslee and Kaiser was very odd. You know what it made me feel like? It made me feel like he was trying to come off as good daddy. Like, and he always has this weird baby voice, like when he talks to his kids, which I do, like, I kind of do too, but I don't know, hearing David do it, he just sounds so fake. He just sounds so fake. Yeah. Same, AC, same. Jace was going to therapy and they stopped taking him. Janelle and David stopped taking him, from what Barbara said. I'm so sorry, you guys. My clock is not right. I do apologize. I got to get some batteries. Um, I think it actually moves. Maybe not. I don't know. I just got it out of like my box of decorations and put it back up. So I think he could end up in custody of Barbara. But if he's been taken off his medication and he's not been going to his therapy appointments, he may need to be placed somewhere until he can get back on his medication and undergo some therapy to deal with what's been happening over the past few weeks, and to get himself like okay. But I feel like he is probably, this is just what I would think. Barbara's custody probably, and they probably have him somewhere, getting him um like stable on his medication again. Jace is not at the land. That's what I think too. Like the fact that, it was said that they stopped taking him to therapy, and then she tried to get a restraining order on Barbara, made me feel like she just did not want Jace talking to anybody about what was potentially happening over there. That's the way that I feel too. Like Barbara may have done a lot wrong, but I also see that she did a lot right and she did a lot everything that she could for her kids. And if you watch Janelle's little docu-series on her YouTube channel, like I have something to say. It was after the 2019 custody battle. It was where she told her side of it. Barbara participated in it, and Barbara had her daughter's back too. And I watched a lot of body language experts, uh, experts that on how you say things. And one thing that I noticed when I was watching Barbara do this little docu series for Janelle, when she was like, yeah, CPS called me May 10th, 2019, and told me that Jace could not go to his weekend visit with his mother. They did not tell me why. They did not have an order. They didn't tell me. And, Janelle was clearly asking questions, and then Barbara was answering them. But the way that Barbara answered them, it was never like she came out and said, Janelle and David done nothing wrong. She never said that. She never was like, well, I don't know why CPS would get involved anyways. Like they're great parents. They were living a great life. She was just like, I mean, I really didn't know. It really didn't make sense. I mean, at the time, I thought everything was going okay. Like just the way that she answered it, she wanted to defend her daughter and do this docu series. You know, to paint Janelle as the victim of the CPS investigation. But you could tell Barbara also couldn't bring herself to say that Janelle and David were completely innocent. At one point, she was said, the kids did, talk to CPS about David's anger, and I have to admit, David was very angry at that time, and I was even scared, but it seemed like he was doing better. It seemed like him and Janelle were doing better. But even in that docu series, you could tell she was trying to be there and do what her daughter asked and not lie to the public. You know what I'm saying? But she did that. And when I watched it the other day, I said, once again, here we see Barbara trying to do for her daughter, which is what I've seen a lot. Has she been innocent in everything? Has she been the best of the best? No. None of us have. But she did not put Jace in foster care when Janelle did not want to stop partying and stop, participating in all the things and being boy crazy. Yes, she was avoiding the obvious answer. Yes, she was. And when CPS called for Inslee, she could have told them, listen, I just can't. I have a job. I have Jace. I can't take on Inslee. Inslee was little at the time. Inslee was little. She was like 2. Yeah, she was 2. She was 2. And she took Inslee on. If she would have said no, Inslee could have possibly went into state's care, but she didn't. And that put a lot of burden on her because then, oh, and two, you know what else? Is Barbara had to hire her own lawyer. So everybody was given court appointed attorneys for this case except Janelle. Janelle had to hire her own attorney because she made too much money. Nathan was given a court appointed attorney because he did not make enough money to pay for his own attorney. Marissa's parents were given a court appointed attorney. And Barbara was initially, but when they found out how much Barbara made, Barbara had to pay for an attorney. $11,000 was the what's it called when you first hire an attorney? Retainer. So she gets thrown into this custody battle. And she said, I don't even know why. I had custody of Jace. I did. I don't know why I had to be a part of this, but I did. I had to be a part of it. I was told you have to hire you an attorney, $11,000 like for a retainer. My attorney spoke 5 words at court, and that was it. $11,000. And she had to miss work. She had to get up every morning earlier to take Inslee to daycare, Jace to school, go to court an hour away, leave court an hour early to get back to get her and to get him, and get home and like do it all over again. You know what I'm saying? Like, so, when people like point out the things that Barbara's done wrong, I'm like, I get it, but she's done a lot right too. And Janelle should be very like thankful for a lot of the things that she's done. I know, Leisha. I'm like, sign me up to take the bar. No, there are no more NDAs. There. Okay, so for Team Mom, their like contracts expired like 2021 or something like that. So They can talk like whatever they want to when it comes to like the show. But I literally have just been refreshing, 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 refreshing. I've even called. Y'all have David Eason in custody? Because I'm like, it's gotta happen. It's gotta happen. But I do worry that they have probably taken off. I do worry that it's going to be really hard for the police to find them or to get to them. Um, yeah, if it wasn't for Barbara, her kids would be in foster care. Um, but anyways, you guys, that's what we know so far. I went on for an hour. Please, um, hit that subscribe bell because I am staying on top of this, like on top of it, on top of it, on top of it. I actually had a live stream, my sister wives recap. I had it scheduled and I was about 30 minutes out from it. But then this story came out and I was like switching it up because this is like more important than the sister wives recap. So we swapped it up and I'm going to keep you guys updated. Anytime something comes out, you guys will know about it as soon as I know about it because I'll schedule a live stream and I will be on within 15 to 20 minutes. Um, yeah, you don't think David will run? Oh, I think he'll run. I think he'll run. I just I don't know. I agree, Parker. Yeah, if they haven't ran, he may prepare himself in some ways. We don't know. I don't know. I don't know. Anyways, you guys, at this point, we don't know. This is the report saying Jace told the police this. So whatever nope he will shoot first. You're probably right, Carrie. To be honest, you are probably correct. Um, Jace is safe. He is not at the land. He is not in CPS custody. Let's just put it like that, okay? Jenelle does not have custody. I'm going out on a limb here to say. I'm going to say that it's been removed, which is why she's not yelling, "Where's my child? Where's my child? I have custody of him. Here's my papers. I have custody of him." I think she knows she's lost it. But you guys subscribe to the channel. Yeah, I'm gonna do my Sister Wives recap after this. So it won't be like video, 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 video. I get what you're saying. Thank you. You guys subscribe if you want to keep up with the situation. I am talking to several people that kind of know about the situation. I'm also over here listening to scanners because if it happens, I'm gonna know about it. So subscribe, leave me your thoughts, and yeah. I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye guys.